Hi everyone, I'm Denmark. I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Footprints AI. I'm with Vladimir. He's our head of media partnerships. And welcome to our webinar. Today is all about how shopping occasions are basically powering up your retail ads, and how the full concept of shopping occasions is being untapped by the Footprints AI technology and the AI we have in understanding the in-store behaviors to basically provide brands with a new strategy in terms of growth. So growing sales in store.
Hello, everyone. We're very happy to see you again here.
We will be waiting for a few minutes so everybody can join. We have a dashboard and we see how people are joining, and we will be able to take questions as we go through the presentation today.
And don't forget, of course, after the end of this live webinar, the recording will be available on LinkedIn together with the recordings of the previous webinars.
Let's check if everything is all right. So it seems we're live. Everything goes well. We can check comments. In the meantime, we've been updating the website, so plenty of new content to see on our website. Now we have lots of great, very good content on the website when it comes to the news section, which is for brands, where we explain and we demonstrate and we showcase how basically Footprints AI works when it comes to brands tapping into our retail media network across multiple retailers, and how they can plan campaigns, have precise targeting, get real-time performance when it comes to reaching out to various shoppers with specific profiles, and how these campaigns are actually moving sales. So the uplift in terms of sales and how people are actually putting your product into their basket in near real time at store level.
We are adding new case studies almost every day. So if you see how campaigns happened and the performance of previous campaigns for brands similar to yours, be them either endemic or non-endemic brands, we're sure you'll find something that applies to your case.
Great. I believe we have 25 seconds and we will start. So today we will go through the introduction again, what Footprints does and how basically our retail media ecosystem works, and how the technology provides a unique way for brands to be very precise in targeting shoppers based on their behavior, both in stores and online. And then we will move and show how we can spot shopping occasions. So those prime times where basically shoppers are, in the right purchase intent to buy your category and your brand. And then we'll give you some examples. And towards the end, we will even show you how our copilot, so the natural language interface on top of the platform, can help you basically discover, define, and connect shopping occasions with your campaigns. Yeah, I believe we can definitely start. I have again, I have my mobile device with all of you here that are live. and also we can take questions and comments. So let me share the screen. Let us move. So the presentation today will be guided by myself and Vladimir. And today's topic is all about how shopping occasions supercharge retail ads. Again, we'll go through how Footprints AI works, what shopping occasions are, and how brands can actually use shopping occasions to better target and get better results and grow better in stores and online. Just as a recall, as transactions become the new cookies, Footprints AI is the most advanced platform to buy or sell retail ads. This means for both for brands and retailers, in stores and online, with precise targeting across the largest retail media ecosystem. How we work, we basically manage in a federated retail media ecosystem all the value chain. This means we create the offer, we generate the demand, and this is full privacy because basically our technology is being individually in a private way installed in various retailers. And then as a brand or agency, you can basically tap into these various retailers with the same interface, same type of precise targeting, same type of reporting and measurement. The technology that we've been building in the last 8 years is capable to extract data by connecting to first-party data in stores and also first-party data in online, again, for each individual retailer. And then we amplify this data with third-party data. This means that we bring all the store catchment area conditions like traffic outside, local events, local weather, even socio-economics, like household disposable income and household structure and population structure, etc., etc. Then what we do, the AI behind basically transforms data from stores and their online, which maybe it's websites and mobile apps and loyalty, into customer profiles. This means that based on the shopping behavior of individual customers at store level, we can understand if those customers are families with young kids, or they are dual income kids, or empty nesters. These are 3 examples from the 12 type of segments that we are generating for the brands and for the retail ads. Then next step is to generate predictions around each individual shopper profile. This means that we can estimate the likelihood for a specific shopper into a specific area and store to buy a certain category or to buy a certain product at a certain time in a certain day of the week, right? So we are basically generating a 30-day predictive behavior in terms of who's going to buy what, how, when, and this is used for to power very precise targeting. And in terms of targeting, the ads, they go across all the customer touch points, which means in-store. This can include screens and radio and POS displays, on-site, websites and mobile apps, and off-site as well. Off-site, we have quite an extensive network and capabilities where we tap into the social channels of the retailers. the direct marketing, even we connect those insights and targeting with the outside digital out of home, right? So this is a full path to purchase targeting, which means before purchase, during the purchase, and post purchase. And as advertisers, what you get, basically you get real-time purchase data, you get shopper insights, you get premium audiences, which means that with Footprints AI, you can basically target just the category buyers. And as an example, the shoppers that are most likely to switch to your brand. So net new to brand, for example, audiences. It's privacy first data. We usually generate anywhere between 5 to 8 times the return on ad spend. And in terms of real-time data for campaign calibration, which means that each individual campaign is being automatically optimized on a daily basis based on what? Based on the stock levels. So as an example, if your brand has no products in store number 23, what happens? The campaign goes on pause, right? It's waiting for products to be back on the shelf, right? Before re-engaging the shoppers with the campaign and spending your budget. Secondly, if there's a new store that has your products on the shelves, guess what? It automatically adds into the campaign targeting. Then we have the basket level impact, incremental sales, and media to sales attribution. This is part of all the previous webinars that we've been doing, and of course we'll be focusing on the media to sales attribution, going further with other webinars, because this is a big topic, right? How you attribute the $1 that you spend with Footprints AI into how many dollars you've been getting as an incremental sales uplift based on this campaign. Everything is dynamically delivered. So think about store number 23 has different ads at this moment versus store number 24, because different audiences and other type of people within those two stores, as an example. So you don't want to run your campaign in a linear way, and you don't want to spend your money in the same time like you do in store number 23, like in store number 24. And we have a full stack service. What it means, we basically have the platform, we have that can be self-serve, we have the managed services, so we have people and experts on retail ads that can basically plug your campaign into the platform and make sure that they are basically getting those results you're expecting. But also we go into the planning, into the creative, into the full sales insights that can unlock new strategies, new campaigns.
Now let's look a bit about how we created this brand growth system with our Footprints AI recipe for big brands. The idea behind it is to help brands spot what others miss and turn overlooked shopping occasions into territory they can own and grow. Every big brand is looking for category entry points, of course. And the breakthrough on our side came from the fact that we knew the shopping missions of shoppers who bought each brand. We knew the life stages. We can identify the recency, frequency, and monetary value for those shoppers. But we went one step further and turned that into shopping occasions, which we can target specifically with custom messages on their actual path to purchase to have a much higher impact into the brand objectives. So we have three pillars which we start from when we identify the shopping missions for a brand. The first one, the shopping occasions for a brand. The first one is the shopping missions. So we look at the shoppers of a brand, and we see which are the shopping missions that define the purchase patterns. So is that brand bought mostly in fill-in shopping missions? For example, when shoppers identify a few missing ingredients and they go to the corner store, to the convenience store, Or are they routine missions, meaning end of the week purchases with big baskets whenever they get what they need for the month, for example? Are they gift shopping missions? Then we look at the life stages and we identify the top life stages of the shoppers for the brand. Are they, as Dan was saying earlier, families with kids? Are they dual income, no kids? Are they active seniors, and so on? And then in the final and third pillar, which comes into this analysis, the RFM analysis, which means we look at the recency. We can see the shoppers for that brand, how recently they went into the store, so in number of days since their last purchase. We look at the frequency, how many times per month they buy, and we look at the monetary value. So what is the value of their entire basket when they purchase your specific brand? And after we look at these three pillars, we identify the category entry point we were talking about, the shopping occasion. So a shopping occasion tells us what the shoppers need, who they are, what they want, and what they do. Understanding them means that we can then run campaigns with a much higher performance. We can have dynamic real-time targeting, so knowing exactly how they behave in the stores and who they are. We can target them in an omni-channel way on the entire path to purchase. So 5 days before their shopping mission, we can target them on the way to the store. We can target them in the store and even after the purchase. And as you can see in the bottom right side of the slide, we can run A/B testing campaigns. We do that often actually to identify what creatives work best, how each location performs, how each ecosystem performs, because each community is a specific ecosystem, and what works in a certain city might not work the same in a rural area, for example. We do channel performance analysis, which means that, of course, we have a campaign that runs omni-channel, but we look at how each channel which comes into play performs, and we adapt and perfect our system mid-campaign to achieve the best results to the end. And then, of course, we look at attribution to sales, how the campaign as a whole performed, how each channel performed, and how every element of the campaign impacted your sales. Now, you wanted to add something?
No.
Cool. Now let's look at a shopping occasion as an example. This shopping occasion is called Dad and Cart. It might be familiar to some of you. And when we look at this shopping occasion, what can we see? Because I know there's a lot of information on the screen. So let's go slowly. What's the profile of this shopping occasion, and what insights do we have about them? We know that the Dad and Cart shopping occasion are male, 25 to 45. Their shopping behavior is meaning when they come into the stores, Saturday and Sunday between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. They are dads who do the weekly shopping with kids while partners do other chores or take personal time. Their life stages are full nest one, meaning parents of kids between 0 and 6 years old, and single parent families. And their frequency is 3.5 visits per month. So we can expect to see them in that time frame of the shopping occasion, 3.5 times per month on average, of course. On the top right side, we can see the top affinity products. This is, by the way, everything that comes from our system when we profile this shopping occasion. So their top affinity products for Dad and Cart are snacks, cereal, home care, beer or wine, small toys, sweets, soda, diapers, personal care. This is important even if your product, when we look at this for your brand, for example, even if your brand is not in all of these categories, it gives us a lot of insights of their basket composition, and it helps a lot knowing what other products they add into the cart besides your brand. Then in the bottom middle section, let's start there. We can see the heat map of this shopping occasion. You can see with the highest intensity of red between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. in the weekends. That's when they are most often in the stores. Of course, that's where the highest intensity of this shopping occasion is. And with the lower intensity of red, the orange is when they are coming towards the store and when they are leaving the store. This is also important for our targeting. If we go to the left side, what that means for our targeting in an omni-channel reach, we start, of course, with offsite channels. happens a few days before they actually come to the store. So in this case, in the case of offsite, we are looking at social media channels, digital out of home, online media retargeting, and this would happen Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in the evening. The next step along this path to purchase in our targeting is on-site channels, meaning mobile apps and websites and direct marketing channels. And this would happen Fridays in the evening and Saturdays and Sundays in the morning before they come to the stores. And the third and most important step in this targeting is in-store. Of course, on the digital screens of the store and on the radio, so the audio system that is heard all around the store. Saturdays and Sundays, exactly when they are shopping, when they are in the stores, we run our campaign in store.
I have the highest affinity with this shopping occasion. Basically, I do recognize myself going to do shopping, especially on a Saturday morning, and taking my kids. So what it means that I would see ads on my Instagram on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, let's say. Then I get an offer on a Friday and a Saturday morning, right?
Exactly,
on the mobile app.
When you're making your shopping list, maybe.
Excellent. Or my wife makes my
or your
shopping
wife makes
list.
your shopping list.
And then in store, I'll get a very personalized ad while I'm doing shopping with my kids, right?
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
And I get a very personalized message, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about myself and the kids, right?
Yeah. So you'll know that, wow, a few days ago I saw on Instagram that this store had a special offer for me as a dad for diapers. And I saw that ad again this morning, and now I'm in the store, and it's reminding me all over the screens and in the radio. Like, there's a very low likelihood that I will not consider buying that product. That's the whole point of this path to purchase entire journey reach, our omnichannel campaigns.
Diapers it's a great example, because I remember that every time I was going with my kids, and I had a that was 3 years ago. She was very young. Basically, I was always forgetting to get diapers, right? And I had to go back and make sure that I get those. So
at the same time, it's a product where if you get a special offer, it's a high likelihood that you'll consider buying it.
Yes, indeed.
Because you always need them, and you're always looking for special offers.
If I remember, diapers, they have, as an example, they have 78% elasticity on promo, right? So
absolutely,
yeah, looking for promos. It's a great, and making sure that those promos, they reach out to me, not to all the shoppers.
Yeah. That also applies to detergents, for example. There are certain product categories who this is absolutely perfect for. Cool. So now let's look at the bottom right side, the final section of this screen, where we can see the funnel, how the funnel looks like for this shopping occasion. And keep in mind that we're looking at monthly numbers. So the monthly potential reach, for example, in this case, so this is a version of this shopping occasion with, let's say, dummy data. Of course, everything would be adapted to your brand when we do this analysis for your brand with your specific category and brand numbers. But here in this case, for the purpose of this presentation, we see that the top of that funnel, the potential reach for this shopping occasion is nearly 5 million shoppers within a month. The category buyers, so of those shoppers, how many of them buy the category in which your brand exists in the store? The category buyers are 270,000 almost, and the shoppers who buy your brand are 84,000. On the right side, we can see that 84,000 means that your product has an absolute basket incidence of 1.38%. So in all the baskets that are bought by this shopping occasion, your brand is in 1.38% of them. And below that, with the green color, we would show you the expected uplift of a campaign designed specifically for this shopping occasion. So if you do a campaign for this shopping occasion, with whatever budget we figure is perfect for the campaign, we expect an uplift of 9.5 thousand shoppers, which means a 26% increase in basket incidence, which is pretty huge impact.
So let me translate this one. So it means that you, and I'm the brand right now, right? So you have 5 million people that are young dads, right? Going
Yeah.
to do shopping on Saturdays and Sundays.
Exactly.
Out of these 270,000, they buy, as per our example, diapers, right? And at the moment they buy my brand of diapers, 85,000, right?
Yeah.
So, and it means that one shopping basket or 1.3 shopping baskets out of 100 shopping baskets, they have my brand, right?
Exactly.
In those baskets. Okay. And you are going to bring me 10,000 new to brand, so new customers to my brand. And you're also going to increase the number of baskets where my brand is going to be, right?
Right.
Okay.
And this will impact all the numbers, of course, because those 10,000, they were either going to purchase a different brand and they switched to your brand, or they were not planning to buy diapers in this case that day, but due to all the reminders and the special offer and whatever the commercial mechanics were, they decided to buy the diapers.
Mm-hmm. So it's a conversion and a switch.
Exactly. Exactly. And at the bottom of this funnel, of course, when we make an analysis, we also write the estimated spend and the estimated incremental ROAS. So the return on ad spent on the incremental sales that you are not supposed to do based on the forecast of your for your brand. Yeah. We also have two other shopping occasions ready to give you a bit more taste about what this is about. In this case, we're looking at streaming night. This might also sound familiar. What's very important to note when we look at these shopping occasions is that if I can give an example, I worked in marketing for many years, and in marketing, you always look at the consumption of occasion. So you know your audience, you know who you want to buy your product, and you know why they buy it. So you know that they will buy diapers because they need it at home, they're part of a family, you know the audience profile, you have many studies. But we come to complete this picture with the shopping occasion. So we know the consumption occasion, and now we bring the shopping occasion. So that's why the names and these profiles are insightful in my opinion.
So if I'm a carbonated drink, a soda,
Yeah,
it means that I know when they go watching a movie
exactly.
and they want my brand to be on their table.
Yeah,
So to drink my brand while they watch Netflix, let's say. And you are bringing what? You are bringing the moment when they are in shops,
yeah,
and you make sure that my brand is being advertised before and during the shopping mission, and my brand goes into their baskets and then goes onto their table.
yeah, exactly. You know those people that will watch a movie in the evening, and you want them to drink your brand. By the way, this is when they are in the store. This is how we can communicate to them on the whole path to purchase to make sure that you are in their basket in preparation for their, in this case, streaming night. So here we're looking at men and women between 25 and 35 years old. Their shopping behavior is Friday and Saturdays between 6:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. They are looking for end of the week emotional indulgence. They are unwinding together after work, preparing to watch a movie, either alone or with their couple. The life stages they are in are young couples, dual income, no kids, and full nest 1, 2, and 3. Full nest 1, 3. I know we mentioned this already, but it's important. Full nest 1, 2, and 3 defines the age of the kids in the family. So 1 means kids between 0 and 6 years old. 2 means 7 to 12. 3 means 13 to 18. The frequency they visit the stores for this shopping occasion is 2.5 times per month. On the top right side, again, we can see the top affinity products, so what they are most likely to put in their basket based on actual transaction data. On the bottom, on the center bottom, we can see again the heat map of when they are in the stores, when they have the highest propensity to visit, and how that propensity to visit increases as they go towards the time frame we are looking for. On the left side, again, we can see how the targeting works, offsite, onsite, and in-store. In this case, given the fact that their shopping behavior is Friday and Saturday in the evening, offsite would happen Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening in the evenings. On-site would happen in the mornings, so before they are in the stores on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And in stores, of course, the most important step when they are in the stores, we show your campaign on the digital screens and the radio of the stores. On the right side, again, we would see the funnel from the potential reach to the category buyers to the brand buyers, with, of course, the absolute incidence and how these numbers would be impacted by a campaign that we would plan specifically for this streaming night.
We have on this one. So we have a question from Miruna. She's asking which shopping occasions should a brand test first if it's new to this. That's a great question. That's the most frequent question that we get from the brands we work with. And the right answer to this one is that basically you want to look for two things, right? One thing is this number here in blue, right? So the total amount of potential buyers, right? So the total universe that goes into that shopping occasion. The bigger it is, the more the chance for a successful campaign and testing the shopping occasions and how shopping occasions basically work for your brand, of course. Then, of course, as you go along, you can deep dive into more precise, right, territories and more precise shopping occasions that you can own and grow, right? But the first test campaign and our basically recommendation is to start with a very high volume type of shopping occasion. But this needs to be correlated with the affinity area. So if your brand is into ice cream, right? That's a great streaming night goes perfectly with your need to test one of those first shopping occasions. So if you find your category right here in the top affinity products, and if the reach is big, then that's a right choice. As you can see, streaming night doesn't really move the needle for all type of categories, right? Just like that and cart wouldn't move the needle for certain categories. Just like the other 300 shopping occasions that we've been monitoring and identifying in all the retailers that we work with.
And one last thing, which I think is very important to mention here, is that as a brand, you are always in competition with your competitors for the attention of your audiences. And these shopping occasions, when you buy them, give you prime time over those specific hours of the campaign, which means that when your campaign is live for this shopping occasion, there will not be another campaign for a competitor, which means, of course, you want to be there first. You want to make sure that they put in the basket your brand of ice cream and not the brand of ice creams of your competitors.
So just to make sure that I'm getting this right, if I'm brand A in ice cream and I have three competitors on the market, so brand B, C, and D, brand B, C, and D, they won't be able to advertise during the streaming night shopping occasions if brand A, so my brand, basically invests and does retail ads within these shopping occasions, right?
That's absolutely correct. You will have exclusivity on this shopping occasion.
Great. That's great.
Cool. So we're looking at the final shopping occasion, which we have as an example here, which is dinner top-up. And here we are looking at men and women between the ages of 20 and 35. Their behavior is during the work days between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. These are people, shoppers, who grab one more thing in the evening to complete the dinner. Their life stages are full nest 1, so kids 0 to 6, dual income no kids, and young couples, and they come to the stores 6 times per month. They come often because they're on their way from work to home and they already know what they need to complete their dinner, their cooking, their evening plans. On the right side, again, we can see the top affinity products, of course. The heat map shows us clearly the evenings when they go into the stores after work. It's a pretty straightforward but very important shopping occasions because everyone goes in the convenience store that time or in the supermarkets. The targeting across the shopper journey is again on the offsite, on-site, and in-store channels. Offsite, it would happen in the weekends, in the evening. On-site, it would happen still in the workdays, but in the morning, maybe when they're at work, maybe they will see your ads on the mobile app of the retailer when they're in the work break and preparing to make their list in their mind for for their visit before home. And the in-stores, of course, on the screens and radio when they're in the stores. And on the right side, again, you would see for this shopping occasion the funnel.
Mhm. Great. So these are three examples of very illustrative, easy to understand shopping occasions. Again, we have more than 300, I believe, shopping occasions mapped. As you would expect, shopping occasions, they might happen in all the store formats, all the in rural and urban areas. So no matter where the retailer has a store or e-com, but there are some shopping occasions that only happen in certain conditions, right? Only in rural area and only in let's say convenience stores, right?
In certain store formats or for certain areas based on household disposable incomes. There are many things that come into play. That's how we reach the 300 different shopping occasions, actually.
Let's move on. So what I wanted to emphasize, I wanted to emphasize the fact that all of these shopping occasions, basically, you can, and then also answering to some of other comments, you can tap into them either through our managed services. So basically, you can reach out to our media planners to help you and your brand to discover what are the most relevant shopping occasions for your retail strategy. Or you can go into our Copilot, where you basically can just ask the Copilot, and the Copilot would get top most relevant, and they will explain. It will explain what each of those shopping occasions mean, and how you can tap into targeting those moments and those occasions and those people. That's one thing. Second thing is that fact that the system comes with ad triggers that are looking at stock level. So what it means the fact that while running a retail ad campaign, a retail media campaign, you want your retail media campaign and your budget to go into those stores where your product is on the shelves, right? So it's still available. So you don't want to run retail media and spend money to get shoppers to go into stores and to look for your product and your product not to be available. Also, in the same time, if your product starts becoming available, today in 3 other stores or 300 stores or 3,000 new stores, you want your campaign to automatically include those stores into the campaign. So this is all happening, and also you get triggers and you get notifications, and basically you don't need to bother with your retail media spending and the results, which is a great thing. Basically, this is the top most appreciated feature that our platform has by both brands and retailers, right? Think about stock management is something, and out of stock, it's a nightmare, right? Especially when you spend money on retail media. You don't want that. So we solve that. It's a great thing. Third one, we have predictive new to brand audiences. Again, you want to use all the past knowledge that Footprints AI has as a platform and all the sales and purchase signals that they have to make sure that you are targeting the right shoppers, right? The ones that have the highest potential to buy your category, right? And to switch to your brand in the next day or 7 days or the next month, right? So this is another great feature that the system basically enables you to just select the high purchase intent audience and just start running your campaign without you going into the in-depth analysis of what people do and how do they buy my category. Although you can do that as well. Predictive category dynamic is the fourth great feature. So basically, the system starts suggesting campaigns uh, when your category, for example, slows down, or your brand, right, in terms of sales, it starts slowing down. So you want to invest in retail media and maybe doing a promo, right, type of offer, and to switch that on when there are some sales missing, or there are some sales going to miss from your P&L. So that's great as well. Again, it's automated. It's using data signals. It's using real sales insights from store level. So maybe you have issues or you are going to have issues in, I don't know, 30 stores out of 100, and those 30 stores will be starting a campaign to compensate for those lack of sales. Category alerts, fifth capability that we have. It's a great feature. It's a very, very good feature. Why? Because basically on a weekly basis, on Mondays, you get exactly those insights regarding your category. So what is competition doing and how the category is moving, right? This is great. It's very compliant because it doesn't really reveal the brands behind your competitors or yourselves, but it gives you a compass on what's happening on the market on every Monday, right? So you don't need to wait for another service 2 months 2 months after, and then you find yourself that you didn't know about it, or right,
you don't have to run through the stores in the whole country to find out what's happening in each of them, and
physically sending people
exactly.
or going and seeing exactly with your own eyes. No need of your own eyes. Now you have data in the eye. Relevancy-based dynamic ads. This is the sixth, and it's something that I believe, we're going to spend the next decade explaining why basically time-based loops. So putting your ads with another 24 ads, and then waiting for an ad to somehow go into a loop where you cannibalize with other brands' ads and with the retailer's own ads, right, is not really going to move the needle, and this is not the way to move retail media forward. So what we do, we would basically on a daily basis, store level, we forecast what's happening in terms of the shopper profiles. We look into your objective, right? So, for example, you want to go dead end cart, as you've seen earlier, right? Dead end cart is a very precise shopping occasion. So why spend in-store ads on Fridays if dads are not with their kids on Fridays, right? Why, when dad and kids when dads are with their kids in store, why would you like to be one of the 25 other ads? You don't, right? So you want your ad to shine bright, have the highest visibility, to have the highest impact, your competitors to be out of scope for those ads, and you to make sure that you have the highest impact when it comes to dads with their kids going to buy your product. So these are the 6 great capabilities that we wanted to emphasize. Let me see if I can switch. I should be able to switch to the Copilot just to give you a glimpse. Now Copilot can answer to shopping occasions. So what are shopping occasions, and how a brand can use them, just to make sure that we are just showing a simple, let's say, knowledge-based type of information that the Copilot can get. And going back to the questions that we got in the comment stream, Yeah, this helps you to basically understand, discover, and then use shopping occasions in an easy way. Think about Copilot has, all the knowledge that Footprints AI as a company, as a team of, of experts have been generating across the years. We have 3,000 plus campaigns that we've been running. So, plenty of knowledge there. Secondly, has the industry standards in terms of how retail works and how categories are moving and how seasonality really applies to different store formats, and also has the industry standards in terms of ads, of advertising. So all of these great internet advertising bureaus knowledge, and all the open source type of information, it's right here. The nice thing is that it's mixed. So you can mix, let's say, our shopping occasions with real-time data, with best practices in terms of running retail ads from IAB, and with the best practices from Footprints, all in one simple interface. I will be switching off because we are going to we're going to the final minutes of this webinar. Again, what's happening is that you will be able to see the recording of this webinar on our website and on LinkedIn and YouTube. As we go live, all the content is being recorded and then kept for future views. Yes, so this was one of the questions from George. George, this is recorded, available on our LinkedIn page, reshareable on the website, and also plenty of other webinars, plus the guide behind. You can get it using and scanning the QR code there, or going to the website as you like, or basically reaching to either myself or Vladimir through LinkedIn directly, and we'll be able to answer any other questions.
Absolutely. Or feel free to drop a comment in the comment section after we post this after the live webinar. We will read all the comments and we will answer to each and every one.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time. The next webinar is going to be in October this year. Also, keep an eye on our activities, because we are going to do another summit in October in Warsaw. So that's going to be a great event with plenty of international experts coming in, and a lot of brands and retailers, and we'll have a lot of news to share in the upcoming weeks. And regarding the next webinar, we will be share all the information via LinkedIn. So follow our LinkedIn page, follow my profile, Vladimir's profile, and you'll be able to be up to date with everything happening in Footprints AI. Thank you, and have a great rest of the day and the rest of the week.